What's going on, everybody, and welcome back. As you saw in the intro, we are using an insane Void build. If you guys watched our most recent Solar Verities build, you know that combination paired with grenades is insanely strong, but we got this comment to say try it with Void because it is a better build. So that's exactly what we're doing today. We're taking a look at Verity's Brow paired with a completely Void Warlock to see how well it can stack up against the Solar build that we just fell in love with. Now, we're going to break down our super fragments and aspects, loadout and armor mods, nothing crazy needed with the artifact whatsoever. And then we're going to take this into some -40 content to see how well it can perform. And at the end of it, what we think about it compared to our Solar build. Now, starting this off with our Void subclass, we are running Nova Bomb Cataclysm. It's not necessary to use a specific super. This just does seem to be the best option in slot. Now, the grenade is going to matter. Magnetic Grenade is going to be the best option that you have here, pairing it with Chaos Accelerant. So this kind of turns it into a handheld Nova Bomb. So when you hold it, your grenade, it's going to release a short-range Void burst, and it's going to reduce the cooldown. Now we're also pairing this with Feed the Void, so every time we get an ability kill, it procs Devour, giving us health, and our grenade energy just goes through the roof in terms of regeneration. Now, all we have to do is keep getting kills. Devour stays 100% active, meaning our uptime on our grenade is going to be just non-stop. Now, the certain fragments that I chose to go with is first Echo of Instability. So when we defeat targets with grenades, it will grant us volatile rounds to our Void weapons, meaning we do not need to run destabilizing rounds on any Void weapon. Next is going to be Echo of Persistence, so our Void buffs last longer, meaning our Overshield as well as our Devour. Then there's Echo of Starvation. I'm just using this to keep a high uptime on Devour on the off chance we're not near enemies and we want to refresh our Devour. So when we pick up an orb or a Void Breach, it'll grant us Devour. And lastly is Echo of Domineering, and I'm only using this for the +10 grenade, so we have a 200 grenade stat, giving us a 65% increase to damage, a 40-second grenade cooldown, and pairing this with Verity's Brow to give our grenade a 200% damage increase. Basically, the way Verity's Brow works is you get kills with a weapon matching your grenade, granting you Death Throne stacks, which will increase your grenade damage. And since we're going to be mainly using our Reckless Oracle, we're always going to be getting Void kills, making our grenade as tough as it can be as often as possible, also pairing it with Demolitionist instead of destabilizing rounds. So Final Blows grant us grenade energy, and by throwing our grenade, it reloads our auto rifle. Then Repulsor Brace, since we're constantly going to get grenade kills, we're constantly going to have volatile rounds. This will give us a high uptime on our Void Overshield. Now, just like the Solar build, we are running Mint Retrograde for our special. We all know it's best in slot. Heavy weapon, it doesn't really matter what you're going to use because our grenade is going to be doing the most of the damage. So we're just tossing on a Sword with Eager Edge just for quicker movement to see how fast we can get activities done while we're still farming to get up to 450. Now, for the armor mods that we're going to be using is 2 Ashes to Assets, so we gain bonus super energy on grenade kills, then a Harmonic Siphon, so double kills will help create an Orb of Power with our Void weapon. Now, for the gauntlets, we're running 2 Firepower, so it reduces the cooldown in between creating an Orb of Power off of a grenade kill, then Momentum Transfer, so causing damage with a grenade reduces the melee cooldown. Chest Piece, matching resistance to damage or whatever damage type we're going up against. For our legs, I always want to be running a Void Weapon Surge or any surge that matches our primary weapon to give us more damage. Absolution, so every time we pick up an orb, it reduces all ability cooldowns. Then Better Already, so our health begins to regenerate immediately upon picking up an orb. And remember, when we pick up that orb, not only are we getting ability cooldown and health regen, we're also refreshing or giving ourselves Devour. And lastly, for the class item, I like using Reaper paired with Powerful Attraction. So Powerful Attraction will pick up any orb within 12 meters upon casting your class ability, and then just by casting that class ability and getting a weapon defeat, Reaper procs and drops an Orb of Power. Lastly is going to be Outreach, so it reduces the melee cooldown when we use an Orb of Power. The rest of the stats, I would say get your grenade to 200 if you can. If you can't, just get it as high as possible. You can always opt in with font mods on the gauntlets instead of double firepower. Now, our super is going to be our next highest one because frankly, most of our grenader stats have really high grenade as well as high super in the secondary one. Then that third one, of course, we know is just kind of random. So that's what we're opting to go with is a full grenader set and a 200 grenade stat to give us an insanely high uptime on grenade regen as well as the damage. With the artifact, there's nothing crazy you need to run here. Shield Crush will come in handy since we're going to have an overshield often. It just recharges our melee faster and does more damage. Then Elemental Daze, so if we need to stun a champion, it will release that Elemental Explosion. Then Anti-Barrier Scout and Overload Rapid Fire for our weapons going up against champions. But this grenade, even a -40, can one-shot champions if you hit it correctly. So let's take this into some -40 solo ops and see how well it can perform. And then at the end, let's see how what we think in terms of, is this actually better than our solar version of this build? All right, so we're gonna take this into creation. The solo ops, I'm probably gonna regret my decision doing this specific one, but hey, we're gonna find out how well this can actually do in -40. I feel like there's one part that's going to be kind of annoying, and that's just the traversal section with the crystals. But at the end of the day, this intro to this solo ops is going to give us an insane idea of how fast and how much we can keep our grenade uptime. Because all we have to do, we just run to this middle plate where we start. Let's proc Devour. And I just, for some reason, did not shoot the goblins that I easily could have proc Devour on. So right there, we already have our grenade back. We have volatile rounds. And we're gonna have our grenade back probably in one more kill. Yep, and another kill. Kill that guy, which refreshes our Devour. It refreshes our volatile rounds. And another grenade. That guy went really far away. Okay, why aren't you guys coming up here? Okay, come hang out with me. He's hiding. Also hiding. So 1-2, grenade is back. And it doesn't really have that long of a range, so don't try to kill enemies far away, but hey, we're able to have a really high uptime, so if we miss, it is not going to be the end of the world. Grenade's back again. Kill the Minotaur. This will just help us proc our Reaper right there. Okay, perfect, thank you. Already have our super back, or super, not back, but have our super. Grenade back again. That melee does have some pretty decent range, even though I missed. Now we're just gonna throw one grenade, which also is a nice thing too. Like, you don't always have to use Chaos Accelerant with this build. If they're a little further away and you still want to get a kill, you can still throw the Magnetic Grenade. It's going to do a good job and still more often than not get that full kill. But I want to see, we're -40, can we actually get a full kill off of, oh, that barrier hurts. Okay, my death throws is almost completely full. And there we go, he's dead. One thing that I've noticed too about this build is you do want to be throwing the grenades at the feet or close to the ground. That tends to be more consistent with how much of the break-off voids actually hit the target, which is going to make sure you do the most damage possible. When you throw it more on center, you have the ability to miss because it does spread off horizontally, and we definitely don't want to lose any grenade damage if we don't need to. So yeah, that's a pretty decent range. Let's get our stacks up real quick. What? Dude, I think I have a modifier that they do more damage when I'm in the air. So that was not helpful. I just screwed that one up. So that almost killed him off no stacks whatsoever. So even without it, just that increase to damage from that 65% from our, what do you call that thing? 200 grenade set still does really good. But when we don't have those volatile rounds procced, you definitely do feel, oh, hello. You definitely do feel a, I knew this part was gonna be super annoying because I'm extremely impatient. Okay, let's try this again. You know what? We're just gonna get volatile rounds. I don't care. You're dead. I don't need you in my life right now. Okay, now we have volatile rounds. We get our overshield back. We have our grenade. We're gonna stun this guy. I'm just gonna throw a regular void grenade right there. Gonna get that kill. Those imps, dude, are the most annoying thing in this game. I thought I hated the Dread and the Grim, but I think the Imps pissed me off more. Okay, let's get some volatile around. Oh shoot, you're mean. So those do, negative 40 definitely hurts. But hey, our ability to kill is almost as good as their ability to kill. I'm missing a lot of crystals though, so we better backtrack some. Where am I missing a crystal at? Just this last one over here? Is it down there? See what happens when I keep dying and I'm running around impatient. Oh, I saw it. Okay, there we go. Let's proc Devour. Okay, you're not allowed to teleport. That guy's running crazy around. Okay, that'll give us that overshield. Give us our grenade back. Thank you. Now we can go fully take this guy on. Dude, the barrier twice in a row. He's just gonna come in here unannounced, not even ask for my permission, and just shoot me. All right, let's try this again. Get our overshield back. Okay, that didn't kill him. I was a little too far away, I think, for my liking on that. And this Cyclops can just piss me off. See, what I should have actually done was killed the Cyclops first and then just focused on everything else. But frankly, we're impatient and we just want to cruise through this and get as many grenade kills as we possibly can and eager edge ourselves to death. So luckily we can skip this part and just go straight in the boss room, which again is really similar to the first room. So all we kind of have to do is stand on a circle and basically just let the enemies come to us, throw our grenades, keep shooting them with volatile rounds, and it's just gonna keep going like over and over again like that. Now, I do have to completely refresh my stacks of death thrones so we can actually do some decent damage to the boss. And frankly, this isn't the best boss to demonstrate this on, but we're gonna give it a shot. So we're gonna get our stacks up. Honestly, I should have just got a grenade kill right there. But hey, we did almost half his health, not half the first bar of his health. So it's really not that bad, considering. Have Devour up. Volatile rounds are back. And quarter bar of our super already. So now we just have to basically sit here, let these guys come to us. Why is a Wyvern spawn right away? Okay, we want to refresh Devour. And our volatile rounds are back. That kills him right away. Don't have to worry about that. Except now we don't have enemies to kill. He's dead. Sir? It's an overload. Kind of rude, but okay. And that just kills him right away. Basically, we just have to stand here and 1 kill, 2 kills, and our grenade's back again. I will say, from giving both this and Solar a good try, this does have a higher grenade regen. The only thing so far that I'm missing is having the ability to have constant radiant. And I really fell in love with the Yurtide Apex. That's kind of it. It's just now I have to use a different gun. But I do like the ability to go have Devour. I do like the ability to have an overshield up fairly consistently. Because I mean, Devour right there, like we throw a grenade and it gives us pretty much our entire health bar back. I think it's what, it got not buffed, but nerfed to about 140. Which really isn't that big of a deal. Like, Devour still feels really good even after the nerf. Okay, that was a pretty decent chunk of his health right there. I probably could have gotten a little bit more damage out of it. I feel like You can definitely optimize this a little bit better than I probably can. Frankly, just my impatient playstyle and wanting to just do as much damage as possible as soon as I can. That gave us an overshield back, which we love to see. Throw a Nova Bomb there because why not? Really, this whole test right here is I want to see how many grenades it's going to take to kill him. So we're at 3 right now. Sorry, 2 right now. Give us our volatile rounds back. Get a couple more. Dude, that's shaking like crazy. Stop shooting at me. There was a little bit better, but I really should just, instead of trying to get grenade kills on this boss, just kill the damn thing. But hey, we have 41 seconds to see how well it can do. That's why we're just going to kill it with Mint Retrograde, because I want the time bonus. So I will say, I think overall this is a better build. I think personally I play better with the solar version in terms of survivability. As you guys saw, I got sniped a lot, but hey, that doesn't matter because we got a B+ rating and we probably did not get a prime. We did not get a prime, but that's okay. At the end of the day, thank you for leaving that comment. This build is utterly phenomenal. If you guys want to give this a try and compare it yourselves to the solar version of it, I highly, highly recommend it. This one does put out more damage. And if you're running, I would say probably -30 and under, this build is going to just make every single thing a breeze. The only thing is my ability to survive sometimes is not the best, but at the end of the day, this build's fantastic. So thank you so much for the suggestion. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. If you want me to try something down, leave it in the comments below. I would love to check out your guys' builds and see what you guys are running and see what you guys think is the meta. And of course, subscribe if you're new. As always, thank you so much for coming and watching, and I will catch you in the next one.